Here we are. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hello. Hello, and oh, hold on. I'm catching myself on all the electronics over here.
There we go. I'm all good on my side.
Hello, Lee. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the Evil Hour, the all things survival horror podcast, including our experiences, thoughts, and hot takes, everyone. We're your hosts, the dudes of dudes, horror enthusiasts, and renegades of the underground. This guy over here, his name is...
I'm D-Dog-Cat36.
I am Sean Graves, and today's episode, we are going to be discussing embarrassing moments that we have had while playing video games. Not that we're not strangers to video games, but because we are both streamers and we have done some really dumb things.
Absolutely.
or really dumb things have happened to us. So I'm sure that some of these are relatable in some way, shape, and form. Dom.
Oh boy.
You ready for this one? I'm
absolutely ready.
Oh, by the way, shout out to our moderators, Lightbright Indy, King J5, or King J935, D.Cat36, and for you, Dom, it's Sriracha and
yourself.
Myself. I keep on forgetting that.
And Ha. I always forget his numbers. It's like 19 something. But yeah, Ha.
We all know who Ha is. Ha's a great guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just call him Ha.
Yeah, right. Okay, so any in-house news, Dom? Because we know that this next week is the Derby race.
Yes. So going into Demolition Derby. Hopefully, I'm not looking for first place, man, but you know we're looking to place. You know, third, fourth, or third, second. My bad.
Second.
Third or second, but you know that first place would be nice because it's a trophy and $1,000. Oh yeah. So we're getting it. Oh yeah. Nice. Second place is like a trophy and like $200, and then third place is a trophy and $100. So, you know.
You told me that weather may be a thing, but even if you don't, and because of that, even if you're not able to win, you know what you should do? You should just go down to like the dollar store, get yourself like one of those like plastic like first place prize things.
Oh my god!
And be like, you love me. You really love me.
I wanted to insert the meme here where it was Timmy Turner's dad. And he was showing him all these nice things, and he goes, "And this is where I would place my trophy if I had one." So. My favorite meme to this day.
Are you excited? Are you scared? Are you like nervous?
Well,
what's the
general... one thing I always get told by how can I say it? Veteran derby guys. I mean, guys are in their 40s, 50s.
Mm-hmm.
They always say that you never lose the nervousness, and I was like, yeah, right. Like, you know. I've done a lot of competitions in my life that involve crowds and everything, and I got rid of the nervousness. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's already on that week, the week of the Derby. At first, I was like, nah, we're good, we're cool, you know, we're chilling. And now that the week's coming up, man, I feel my heart pumping, like talking about right now, man. I'm getting there. Let's go. Yeah. Because unfortunately, I hate to say it like this too, man, but unfortunately, it's one of those sports that's like, it's really, honestly, it's actually dangerous, and it's like, you just don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Could my car catch on fire? Could I get injured? Could I flip over? Could I hurt somebody? You know? So it's one of those things where that's why you get the nervousness, because you look at other people's cars and you realize that your machine is not built compared to others. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at my machine right now in my garage, I'm like, you're gonna fuck shit up. But then once I go there, man,
this isn't like the wacky races, okay? Like, you don't have like have you ever seen the wacky races?
Yeah, I've
like
seen
the
old
cartoons. Okay, like I'm imagining it's supposed to be that, but that's not it, and we all know that that's not what to be expected. But it's kind of like streaming. Like, you know, our first day when we pressed start, we were all nervous, and I think like it just kind of got looser and looser and looser. And then I remember I remember like a year ago almost, like my hiatus. This was like during my hiatus when I was buying a house and all the things, and I was practically homeless, except I was living at my friend's house, but I had to step away from streaming because I had to take care of business. And
Right.
getting this system set back up again, and then like I hovered on start, and I was like this close from not pressing start again, you know?
Oh shit. Yeah.
because
I mean,
it
we
was
all
just the
been there.
nerves, you
We
know?
all
Like
been there.
it's the nerves, so I get it.
Yeah. What about you though, man? What anything going on?
Honestly, for the next 2 weeks, no. I will be thinking of you during your derby race.
I got my GoPro set up too, so maybe I'll be live / look forward for the YouTube videos, because I am gonna be live streaming, or not live stream, sorry. If I don't live stream it, I am definitely gonna vlog it. So
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, from the morning day, like from me waking up, from me loading it to the trailer, from me getting it inspected, from me being in the crowd, and then also they normally do the mini vans first, so I'll be recording a little bit of that and going from there, and then from POV. I mean, we're doing the
Nice.
whole shebang. So
Hell yeah.
I even got my charger ready for it, so I could charge my GoPro as we're recording and shit.
That'll be on your YouTube channel, DDogCat36, right?
Yep,
Okay,
it'll be
cool.
on that YouTube channel. So
Hell yeah, man.
if I don't live stream it, I'm planning on live streaming it, but the way how
I don't
things
know
are
how
looking,
that-
I'm kind of leaning more towards vlogging,
Post-edit?
because if you live stream it, you gotta constantly keep it on, and I'm looking to make like kind of like 20
Shorter.
seconds to 45 seconds like clips. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, until POV action, then that's gonna be all through the whole thing.
Nice.
Anyway,
No,
What about
like,
you,
that's totally like way more exciting than my life. I got a medical thing the week after your thing. So yeah, like I'm good.
guys,
We're gonna be
trying
good.
to get
We're
my
gonna be
camera to
fine.
focus, by the way.
Life will be fine. No, I know what you're doing. It's like focus. So yeah, man, let's get into embarrassing gamer moments. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I would love to go first, and,
And of
because
course, chat, like if you have embarrassing game moments,
Oh, yeah.
like, please add in. Like we'll be more than glad to deep dive and riff on those moments just as well.
yeah, as we say all the time during our podcast, when you guys give us your feedback, even if it's on a later episode or today's episode, we are looking forward to doing personally an episode for you guys that comment on this from your experience from the first episode all the way up to this episode. We'd love to share to you guys, give you a little bit of a shout out, you know, like at Sean Graves said, blah, 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 you know. So yeah, please let us know your comments. But with me going first, the reason why I want to go first is this one's a short one / easy,
Okay.
simple, to the point. Whoever did not grow up in the 2000s would not understand this. Who did grow up in the early 2000s would completely understand this. I would like to get into the topic of the PlayStation 2 not reading the disc screen. Oh
The what?
my god! Then when it doesn't read the disc, have you ever seen that?
Oh.
Yeah, it like
Oh.
goes, and it's like red and makes that scary fucking sound. When I was a kid,
Oh my god.
it used to scare the shit out of me so bad. I ran out of my room. I cried a couple of times when it happened because it was like horrifying.
The thing is
What's
that
up?
you're having to explain this to me, and I haven't seen that in like years. So the fact that you had to like pull that out of like the depths of my memory, because I've only seen it like once, but like,
Bro,
you only have to
honest
see
to
it
God-
once to know any better.
honest to God truth, I only had 2 for this list, and Thursday, it was Thursday night. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Friday. It was Friday night when we were originally supposed to live stream yesterday. Is when I
Right.
stayed over for overtime, and I popped that memory out of my head because I remember you said that you had 3, and I was like, "Fuck, I need one more." And I was like, "That's right." So anyway, going on with this, when that would happen, I would run out of my room. I wouldn't even go in my room. It would scare the fuck out of me that bad that I would get my older sister to go in my room and restart the PlayStation for me and or turn it off. It freaked me out, and it was every single time too. I just said, and then you hear that fucking the Abyss music or whatever you want to say, bro.
I loved like when you didn't have a disc. And speaking of the PlayStation 2, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you didn't have the disc and it made that swoosh sound. Is that what you were gonna say?
The ocean.
Oh
sound?
Man, yes.
Oh,
beautiful.
So calming, right?
Dude. Fun fact, actually, when I was a teenager with the PlayStation 4, I used to fall asleep to the PlayStation home screen, dude. This like ring, ding, ding, like it'll have like the chimes in it.
Oh,
and
okay.
I would like to like fall asleep to that. Honestly, it was so soothing.
Maybe I should like make like a 4-hour video of like just that sound.
Oh my god.
You know, and just be like, this is relaxing music, but like I totally ripped it from like the PlayStation 2 like ocean sound or whatever you call that.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was that. Oh my god, that Spectrum Mobile. I was popping it up for me just to get a reference, make sure it was the PlayStation 4. Yeah, it was. It was a PlayStation. All right. So yeah, no. So the PlayStation theme, man. PlayStation 4 theme, I would fall asleep to that shit all the time. That was my shit. That's pretty much it for my first one though. But what about you?
Mine, okay, so mine's a bit more retro, and actually, like I just recently played Donkey Kong Country 3. It's still in my rotor for Twitch and all the things.
Bro, we all played, especially early 2000s. We all played Donkey Kong. Dude, by the way, I'm just throwing this out here, and I will fight whoever disagrees. That is the best Donkey Kong game out there, and there ain't nothing better. I'm telling you that right now.
The original trilogy, it's a capsule of its own time, man. And the redheaded stepchild is Donkey Kong Country 3. The reason why is because at the time, it's like 1999, and what just came out like a little bit around that same time frame is the N64. Mario 64 comes out, GoldenEye comes out, Banjo-Kazooie comes out, like a whole bunch of like headliners start coming out, right? Metroid comes out. And so Donkey Kong Country 3 was like pretty much like the last send-off for the Super Nintendo, and that's why like it didn't do very well like financially, and like it was a whole hot mess. But here's the thing about Donkey Kong Country 3 that I did not know as a kid, and then I embarrassingly find out as an adult, and that's why I was playing Donkey Kong Country 3 on Twitch, because I was like, what's a better place to go play a retro game, right? So I'm just used to beating the whole game and just going through the whole thing, and then you get to the last level, and then that's the end of it. Apparently, after Donkey Kong Country, which is just the normal video game, and I was mentioning this in my stream, is like, you've cleared the level when there's like an exclamation point next to it. So each level, so in Donkey Kong Country, each level has secret rooms, and it doesn't even matter what you do in them. You just gotta find them, okay? And this is in Donkey Kong Country. And so
I remember that. Some of them you gotta throw the barrel at, and
and then you can go into the hole, and then you get to the secret room. So there could be up to like 2 or 3 secret rooms per level, right? And then like however many levels per world. And so to clear, quote unquote, clear the level, you have to find all the secret rooms to get the exclamation point. And then when you get all the exclamation points per level, you get an exclamation point for that world, right? And then that's how you get to your 100%, right? In Donkey Kong Country 2, you have to not only find the bonus barrels, but you also have to find the DK coin, which is like the one coin that you find in the game that like says like you did the thing. You from the bonus rooms, you get the coins, and then you go into the special level that opens up a new map. It's like a sub map essentially. So each world has a different level that corresponds to that world.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was a one-off gimmick on Donkey Kong Country 2. Donkey Kong Country 3 rolls around, and I'm like, okay, so now we've got banana birds you gotta collect in like the caves, and then you've got bonus barrels for the bonus coins because they're not creme coins anymore, and you got DK coins, which is then the reason why when you get to Donkey Kong 64, it's a forking hot mess of like collectors, because you've got to not only you have 5 characters in Donkey Kong 64. You've got Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Tiny Kong, Lanky Kong, and Chunky Kong, and all 5 of those guys have different colored bananas, and you gotta collect all those bananas, and then you gotta collect the bonus barrels, the DK coins, like all the submissions. Like, it's a hot mess of just Donkey Kong 64 suffered from not just gameplay, because gameplay was great, but
Right.
they were just simply like, yeah, but what more things can we collect in each world per character? And I'm just like, dude, there's a level to there's a rooftop to this thing, okay? Donkey Kong 3 was like the pinnacle. Donkey Kong Country 3 was that rooftop, and then Donkey Kong 64 was like, no, I think there's an attic up there, but there's no attic, okay? Like, they just went straight through. So I thought this whole time, like, you just play you play the game, you defeat the bad guy, you get an ending, and then that's the end of it. Apparently, I beat the whole last world, and all I needed to do was go back. And this is actually just recent. So when I'm playing it here, I'm playing it on emulator, right? The
Okay.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo Mini, yeah. And so what you can do is you can save the game like in game, but then you can also save the game in menu, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because
so,
that's how the emulators of some of the Silent Hills I play in is.
Yeah.
It's like you can save in game but in menu too.
So if you like, so that to me is like a really good cushion to have, because like, for example,
Right.
when I was playing this most recently, if you have 99 lives, you have 99 lives. And you can just save that as the menu save.
Okay.
Because if you open up, if this was a thing that suffered with Donkey Kong Country, all the Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo, is that even if you got like 40 lives, and then you hit the reset button and you go back in to load up your save, it always defaults to 5 lives. Yeah.
What?
So it saved everything else. It saved how many bananas you got, how many coins you got, how many DK coins you got. But the lives, it would never save how many lives you had. So even if you had 99 lives and a bitch ain't one, you always defaulted to 5. So there was this one day, I was 99 lives and a bitch ain't one. I completed the whole game up until like the very last boss, and I was struggling because I was like, well, how do I beat the last boss? And then like I know it ends, and then I know that there's this like extra part to it, like, you know?
Right.
But if I beat this, it's going to automatically save my file, and then I'm gonna not have that. If you beat the boss, you get a bonus coin, right?
Right.
And you have to use that bonus coin to cash in to somewhere else. But you can't take that bonus coin and not autosave on that file and then load back in with your 99 lives. It doesn't happen. I wish I could make it happen, but it won't happen. So anyway, I had to bite the bullet on that one, and that's why it took me so much more longer to beat this game, because I totally forgot that when you beat the last boss battle, that boss battle, is that I'm going to have to restart on 5 lives, and I had to go and play level 1, level 2, and just like find all those like hidden bananas, the extra lives that you find, like all the things. I had to like go and replay just levels until I got to like, I think like around 20 or 30 lives, and then I saved in menu so that way I had that cushion again, because I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it took me for like I think it took me like 4 hours to play the last level.
Oh god.
and then the final battle, like, and then like there's not even a final battle after that, because after that you have to go and do the things with the things, and then eventually it's like, oh, thank you for saving the world, and I'm just like, I would never have had known this if I was a little kid. Like, this is so beyond.
Right.
Like, this was not, it's a kid-friendly game, but it wasn't kid-friendly on the last execution, because all we cared about is where's the princess, you know? Is she in the last castle? And for me, I always got there, but I didn't get to the actual...
Get there. Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like, if in the Mario video game, like the first, like, Goomba, like, this is also an embarrassing moment for me, but we'll just sidestep this one. When I was a kid, the first Goomba on Super Mario Brothers killed me. But imagine if you get to like the last castle, okay? And it's always, you know, the princess is in the next castle, and there's like a whole bunch of other levels after that. Like you would never have had known. So, yeah.
I have a twofer for my second one. This doesn't count as my third one, but
oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
So, I'm gonna start off with the live streaming bit because it's actually happened in my previous live stream / in my first live stream / in my third live stream.
I've done it probably here on this podcast too.
Man, I don't. Well, maybe. It is a classic.
Is it the mute button?
No, it's
because I always forget. Like, is my microphone not muted? Like.
But
there's a whole pod here where I was like doing the intro and everything, and you're like, "Hey, Seán, you're muted," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
That is true. Yeah. Man, we all been there though once in a while. But no, so first thing is Silent Hill 2.
Ooh.
Every single time I go looking for, I believe, mistake me if I'm wrong because I know you gotta find something.
I'm currently playing it, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Well, that's the thing is you remember when you were streaming it, and I told you that's funny because I was gonna stream it that night. Yeah. It happened that night to me, and I got it on. I clipped it once again because I wanted to make what happened last year compared to this year, and it still fucking got me. Which was you had to find a key for the apartment, I believe, and it's in that fucking alleyway where there's the van and that creature comes out of the van. Scares me every freaking time because in my previous live stream with it, and again I got a clip of it, I believe. It scares me. I go again, like that creature under the van. I'm not gonna lie to you, Seán. I'm gonna say it right now before it happens, just so I can say I called it. If they don't add that creature under the van in this remake, I'm going to sue somebody. I'm telling you right now, somebody's going to sue because that jump scare always fucking gets me. Always. And so embarrassing because it's like, how many times do you have to have this happen for you to learn?
Dude, that happens to me all the time. Except for this most recent playthrough, that did not happen to me. I think it's because... Yeah, I think it's because I've like subconsciously trained myself to not... initiate it because it's based on your space. Right. So I always go wide on that.
I always
go wide. Yeah, no, I always go wide on that car, and I never get the monster.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying like my headphones are like the best headphones, but mind you, I have haptic headphones that are like always blaring at me. So when I'm playing a scary game, like if somebody screams at me, like it's literally like somebody's actually screaming at me.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, like. But no. So that was my first one on the second one, but the second one of the actual second one I put down.
Yeah.
Was I brought this up when we were talking about it, and I'll say it again for those of you who has missed it and is tuning into this podcast. In Silent Hill 3, this is still embarrassing to me till this day because my sister every once in a while brings it up. Mm-hmm. But my sister was playing Silent Hill 3, and it was when the little girl was crying, and you saw the blood footprints or whatever, the handprints or whatever.
Yeah.
I screamed and cried out of my room to the point my sister like paused the game and was like, Dom, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like flipping the fuck out because it scared me that bad. I don't know why. It was just a little girl crying in your like it freaked me the fuck out. I did not like it. I remember actually we were sharing a chair just like this. So she was sitting over here, I was sitting on this side. And I was like just pushing her, and I like managed to get out, and I ran the fuck out of my room, and my sister had to calm me down because I was literally freaking the fuck out and crying. Like, it scared me.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things that are like, that's so late into the game though, like that particular moment. Like, there's so many other effed up things that happen in that game, but that's the one that got you.
Mind you, though, I was like 6, dude. This was my very first horror game on the PlayStation, and I wasn't even playing it. My sister, honestly, my first horror game experience, aka my introduction of Silent Hill, was my sister playing it. I never played Silent Hill 3 by myself. You know, so it's like, yeah, that's the one that got me. I was like, nope, the fuck out of that one. And it's because the little girl was crying, bro. I don't know. I don't like ghost children. I believe in ghosts, and when there's children involved, I'm good. And this goes in real life too. Like, if I go to a haunted house and they're like, yeah, like 7 kids die here, nah, I'm good. I will see you guys outside.
Prior episode, many moons ago, we were talking about the witch of Kitchen Lake.
Yeah.
And I mentioned about how she kidnapped kids and killed them and kept their toys, and that's why, like, when you go out to the land out there, there's still toys just randomly, like, I mean, like, old, dilapidated, like,
I'm good.
All the things. Yeah, I'm imagining, like, you're just like Shaggy, like, noping out as soon as you possibly can.
Oh yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. My second one comes from learning how to play video games, especially like new games nowadays. It's like, to me, this was a new feature that I did not know existed for a very, very, very long time, and I'm glad that we didn't have Twitch back then to chronicle my dumbassery. No, we get to chronicle my new dumbassery.
Yeah, exactly.
So your boy used to play Fallout 3 on the Xbox 360.
Okay, classic, man. That was a good one.
Some people call this one a classic, and just to give you a heads up, I'm not a huge Fallout fan.
Oh, see, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am.
Okay.
Fun fact, though, real quick, I'm gonna butt in here. I accidentally blew up Megaton my first time. Yeah, you could blow up Megaton, by the way. And I restarted the whole game because of that. Oh, dude, I felt so bad.
Oh.
And then not only that, dude, me personally, when you get to play as the serial killer, dude, that was fucking badass.
Isn't that
great
cool?
addition to the game. I love it. Anyway, continue on.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a huge Fallout fan.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. My nephew is as well, and I think he's about the same age as you. If he's not just like a little younger than you. I'm not sure. No, he's probably about the same age as you. So, Fallout 3. I'm just gonna give you a heads up. I am a horrible Fallout 3 player. Even if I played it like today, I'd totally it took me a minute to remember this one, and I was like this.
You play the new ones, by the way, right? Like 476. What? Oh my god, bro. You are missing out, dude. So, I don't give a fuck what says, man. Fallout 76 is the best.
I know of their existence. I think we had Fallout 76 on somebody's PlayStation or 360, or no, Xbox One on deployment. I'm not sure. Somebody had that game on deployment, and I tried watching them. And are you okay?
Yeah, I made myself bleed. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure because. Not that I can do CPR. I just want to make sure that
No, I'm all right.
We're good. You're breathing. You're not pregnant. Okay, you're good. Okay, so.
I hope not.
So, dude, at work, people will like cough or they'll like sneeze or whatever, and it'll turn into like a whole panic attack. And I'm like, "Are you choking? Are you breathing? Are you pregnant?" And it's like, it's a dude. And they're like, "No, I'm not pregnant." I'm like, okay, well, I have to ask.
Don, if I'm pregnant, it's your kid. I'm just throwing it out there, right?
Okay, well, let's.
All right. Anyway, Fallout 3.
I've made it 36 years without kids. Okay, we're fine. So anyway, I'm the worst at playing Fallout 3, and here's why. I would just walk around and just explore.
Dude, that's the best part. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah,
I did too. Yes.
So
when I had no clue what Fallout 3 was, mind you, again, I was 8 years old playing this game when it came out. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I thought. That's what the game was just explore. Yeah, and no, there's a story.
Well, I mean, there's that too, but you know, like when you're like talking to a friend. Okay, so mind you, I come from like when you play a video game, you go to like the schoolyard, and then you and your friends like bounce off notes, and then like, you know, they'll tell you something that you didn't know was in the game, and then you go home and you try it on yourself. Yeah. Okay, so imagine like one of my friends telling me that there's a fast travel.
Oh boy.
I didn't know there was boy. You know how many hours?
Mega 10 all the way across to fucking New York, bro.
Yes.
You know how many hours you probably have in that fucking game? Holy shit.
I know. This is why, like, for me, like, someone would be like, oh, you gotta go into upper left-hand corner, and there's, like, a tree or something like that you need to go talk to, and then there's, like, a whole sub-story, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, that's gonna be, like, 2 days worth of traveling for me. I don't really feel like doing that. And they're like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, I mean, I'm over here at this area, and I need to get over there, so I have to walk that whole distance. And they're like, don't you know about the fast travel? I'm like, there's a fast travel? What's fast travel? And they're like, you know, teleporting between city to city. I'm like, I could have done that?
Hey, to be fair though, it does take caps, and if you were broke,
oh no, dude, I was stacked on money. Okay, I was stacked because I never used it.
Oh my god. Your dude has like over 10,000 miles on that.
I was stealing money from so many people that I just had this whole cash at my house. And
I'm not gonna lie though, the way that you were doing that, man, you probably seen some shit.
Oh, like on the repeat, okay? Like I knew like the lay of the land, okay? I was like this.
You said death claw, death claw.
Oh no, we're not taking the subway for this one. Like,
oh man, I can't believe, dude, the struggle bus you had to go through. How many times did you have probably restart because you died?
Oh, so many times.
Oh my god, I would have gave up.
Just for trial and error.
Oh, dude, you poor soul. Holy shit.
Yeah, so when I found out there was a fast travel on Fallout 3, it was like a whole new world.
Hey, don't worry, man. Honestly, I can't give you too much shit because I'll be honest with you, the reason why I know so much about that game is because I also did not know there was a fast travel. Until later on, though. Like, Fallout New Vegas wasn't even a thing yet, so Fallout 3 was pretty still new. By the way, fun fact, since you only have played 3, you could beat Fallout New Vegas in 10 minutes. Yeah, as soon as you start, you could turn around and go to the guy, kill him, and then it's done. Pretty much, yeah, I'll give you the credits. A lot of people didn't know that until I believe it was like a year or two since the game's been out. Yeah, you could beat the Fallout New Vegas, which, by the way, I'm sorry to shit on people. People to this day will claim that Fallout New Vegas is like goated. It's not one of my favorites because it's so short and it just focuses on New Vegas.
I have a friend who last I remember, he's been beta-bopping around New Vegas or replaying New Vegas, that is. Yeah. And he's enjoying his time. I'm just like, good for you. Personally, I love my life when Liam Neeson is my dad.
Yeah, no, Fallout 3 is a classic, man, and I can't give you too much shit because I didn't know there was fast travel in that until later.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, apparently, like, upon replay or upon realizing that there's fast travel, I didn't know. It's one of those things that, like, if you don't know what fast travel is, then you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, random information, I'm gonna go do my own thing. And so one does. But then, like, you know, now I play so many games where fast travel is so innate. Like, for example, The Sinking City, or like
Yes.
LA Noir, or what's the other one? Grand Theft Auto is also fast travel as well. Like, it's just, I get it, but also, like, could you imagine if I played like Grand Theft Auto and I'm like, okay, Dom, I know you're over at the docks. I'm over here at the airport, so I'm just gonna go steal a car and just drive to your place, and you're like, oh my god, just fast travel.
The struggle is real.
Or I've had the conversation where it's like this. No, Sean, I'll just fast travel to you. It's like, no. I'll get there. I'll get there. And it's like the SpongeBob voice comes in. It's like 5 hours later.
Making my way downtown. Walking.
Click it.
That's a struggle bus though, for real. But to be fair though, just like you, like I said, because I swear to God, even to this day, any Fallout game I played, I have not explored like 100% of it. And that's the beauty of Fallout. So yeah, you can fast travel to here and there, but like, let's be honest though, if you do that, like, granted, you're getting to the end of the game, but then again, you don't explore what the game is actually about. And me personally, because Fallout is the same with Skyrim, I'm a Fallout person. You're either Fallout or Elder Scrolls. My bad. You're either Elder Scrolls or Fallout, and I'm 100% Fallout. Don't get me wrong though. I love my Dovahkiin. You know, I love my Skyrim, but man, Fallout with apocalyptic. Thank you. You know, it's so good. It's so good.
Hell yeah.
Getting to my third one though.
Yeah.
Man. And this is a moment that I would love to have my sister tune into this. So after we're done with the podcast, I'm definitely going to have her watch this because she is going to laugh that I still remember this, and I hope she does too. Okay, so we're deeping in D-Dog's early childhood life. Think about it. The Game Boy Advance is a thing, right?
Oh, I had one of those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had a Game Boy, right?
Oh, no, I had a Game Boy Color.
The OG. Yeah, Color. I was going to say the OG.
Yeah.
I was playing Pokemon Sapphire. I still remember. You either had Emerald, Ruby, or Sapphire.
Oh.
I had Sapphire.
I had Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, shit. Yo, you know how much that one's going for right now?
Oh, I can imagine.
I'll send it to you later. Anyway, so I have Pokemon Sapphire, and I remember, I don't know, because I'm terrible with Pokemon. Mind you, Pokemon's one. So Pokemon is a game that I don't like to admit that I love.
Oh, I love me some Pokemon.
Oh, dude, I love me some Pokemon.
Squirtle is your starter. I didn't have a choice in Pokemon Yellow. You always get Pikachu.
I got Bulbasaur. Yeah, bro, Pikachu was the starter. I love Pokemon.
Wait, what is your favorite Pokemon? Squirtle? Okay.
Yeah. That one, and there's one that I can't pronounce, but again, I'll send that one to you later because it's a newer one, and it is fucked up.
I've always identified and loved with all my heart, and I know this may be contentious or problematic for some people, because it's completely useless, but it's about the work. It's about the struggle, okay? My favorite Pokemon is Magikarp.
Okay. Dude, Magikarp, but look at it.
Useless. Only has Splash. But
no.
You can teach it other moves, and you F around with that thing enough times, you get the Gyarados, man.
Okay, but did you know about this, though? And you didn't mention it, so I'm going to say that you didn't. Did you know that Magikarp, no matter what Pokemon it is, has a 1% chance? So you know how when you hit the splash and it always misses and always misses, and you have a 1% chance for that to hit, and no matter what Pokemon it is, it instant kills it. Did you know that? I'm guessing you did not.
You know that.
Yeah, 1% chance. So a Magikarp will always miss its attacks.
Oh my
But
gosh.
the 1%, yeah, no matter what it is, it'll instant kill it. But anyway, yes, what you said there though. So you have this useless Pokemon that turns into a fucking Gyarados, which is the scariest Pokemon. Like, I love Gyarados too. Gyarados is my shit. I love you. Anyway, so going back to what I was saying.
Pokemon.
I don't know what Pokemon it is to what it evolves to, but I will say the final evolution, for those of you who are Pokemon fans out there, you will know who I'm talking about. Anyway, it turns into, I still remember the name. It turns into a Blaziken. All right.
Blaziken, okay.
Yeah.
I'm only good with like the first 150. I don't remember the other ones.
It is part of that.
It is?
It is a part of it. It is a part of that. I believe it's actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll look it up right now. Blaziken. Just so I could continue on with this. So a Blaziken evolution. Thank you. It turns into, so it's a Torchic, turns into a Chomsuken, and then turns into a Blaziken, which is the. Oh wait, you said you know the first 150? You said 151. It's number 220, 255. Never mind.
Oh,
okay,
so okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know this one. I was like, I don't think
so it turns into a Blaziken, and mind you, as a kid, I never understood Pokemon. I kind of treated it as Fallout. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know there was a story. I didn't know there was an end. I just went around.
There was a fast travel.
Yeah, yes, dude.
There's a fast travel in Pokemon too.
Yeah, you can teach it to fly. I mean, it's besides Charizard. Charizard's the only dragon that can't fly.
What?
Yeah, bro, you don't know. Yeah, has wings and it's a dragon. Can't fly. Can't teach it to fly.
That don't make sense.
But so anyway, so this is the starter Pokemon. I forget what the other starters are, but it's a Torchic. I went with the Torchic. Anyway, more of the story.
Fire, the grass, or the water one?
Yep. Yeah, so it's a fire.
Oh, okay.
So it fucking it was at the second evolution, and I was grinding my ass off, right? Like, and I don't grind on any games. Like Dark Souls pisses me off, Elden Ring pisses me off because you have to grind in that game to be stronger, to defeat your enemies.
Yeah.
I never was like that. I'm still not like that. Anyway, I finally got this motherfucker to its final evolution, which is the Blaziken, right? And my sister was babysitting me. My parents were out of town, / I think they were actually at work. I forget where they were. But anyway, more of the story is my sister was babysitting me. And I had a back room that had like a little step to enter into the kitchen, into the living room. I was chilling in the back room, aka it was like kind of like a sunroom, I guess you would call it. It was kind of like a sunroom, but it was our back room. It was the back of the house, so we called it the back room. Anyway, so I was chilling there playing on my Game Boy, and I see it finally, you know, black and white it's evolving.
Yeah.
And I get so excited, bro. I fucking ran with my Game Boy, forgot the step, and threw my Game Boy, tripped and fell. And my sister just heard this, boom. And I was laughing so hard because my Game Boy flies all the way through the kitchen, all the way through the living room, smacks the fucking wall in our living room. And I'm just dying laughing. Like, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't, I was just like, kind of like, what the fuck just happened? And she was like, what the fuck just happened? And I was just like, I was trying to, once I calmed down and stopped laughing and everything and stopped, because she was also laughing once she knew I wasn't hurt.
Oh my god.
And she was kind of like, what happened? And I explained to her, I would just wanted to show you that my fucking Pokemon evolved. And it's so embarrassing to me till this day because I feel like that was so, like, I just remember, I don't know what she was doing. I don't know if she was working on homework or she was watching TV. She was doing something in the living room. And you just see this fucking Game Boy just fly.
Oh my gosh.
And to this day, it's kind of an embarrassing game moment because, now I play Pokemon at the age of 25, and it's so easy. I can't say it's so easy to evolve your Pokemon because it's still it's still a grind. But
yeah,
back when you were a kid, that was a fucking achievement, man. That was a gold star. Like,
Speaking on Pokemon, first of all, I thought it was gonna go a whole different direction. I thought that when the Game Boy flies and it hits a wall, the whole thing shatters. And then you just lost, like, all
everything's safe. It was still there. Like the game was still playing. The place again was there. I mean.
Oh my gosh, I've gone through. So I don't know. Like, wait, you have siblings? Yeah, you have an older sister, but I don't know if you have like younger siblings.
No, just older.
Okay, so I suffered from having a younger sibling, okay? And unfortunately, at the time, until my little brother had a Game Boy of his own, which was also quite contentious because I was like, now you're playing games that I'm playing and we only have one copy of this game, so we're struggling. And if anybody knows about Pokemon, you only have one save file.
Oh, yeah.
So when your dude over here has been like working on 5 Pokemon badges, and then your little brother's like, I want to play. Guess who's gonna lose all their data? Because guess who's gonna start a new game and then save on top of it?
That's rough, bro.
Yeah, that's like the one struggle that I wish that like Pokemon could just like go back and I wish that like history could rewrite itself a little bit and not traumatize us poor unfortunate souls of the older brother types. Or of the older sibling types that like we didn't have to lose our hard work and our hard-earned time and efforts of Pokemon, because every single time I played Pokemon, the only Pokemon game I've ever... Have you beaten a Pokemon game before?
Yes, I've beaten, so I was actually looking up because it is on Sword and Shield. I beaten Pokemon Sword in 3 days. And that was my first Pokemon that I ever beaten, which I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for it. But yeah, because again, I thought Pokemon was just you catch them and you battle. That was it. I didn't know there was actually a story to it.
Well, I mean, that's how I always thought of it when I was like playing like Pokemon Yellow, and then like the most recent, and I would say the most recent game for myself personally is Pokemon Y.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the first Pokemon game I played all the way through, and it took me like, without like being committed, it took me like 3 to 4 months on deployment to play, and that's if I remember to play it. And even then, I still only caught or played with just the original 150 Pokemon, unless if there was like a special character that like I specifically needed. Like there's the blue like ninja guy. I don't know what his name is. Like
Lucario?
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
Dude, that used to be my favorite Pokemon. Oh, real quick, I sent you on Discord if you could look at it. So they don't have the name on there, but just so you could, that is my favorite dragon type. I forget what his name is.
Oh, that's interesting looking.
But he's fucked up, bro. He has like a fucking laser, and I remember when I beat Pokemon Sword, my buddy was like, because we would have big dig competitions.
Yeah.
That type of guy. And he was just like, oh, well, you beat in the game, but can you face people online? And I use this thing against people online. It was just like laser beam done. Laser beam done.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's maybe what's called. Is it Genta Max? Maybe? That doesn't seem right because I swore I started with it. But yeah, so that's my favorite Pokemon right there. Is that metal fucking...
The one with the wings coming off of it or whatever it is?
Oh, yeah. It's fucked up.
It's interesting looking. I've never seen it before, so I have no idea.
No, it's not called Genemax. I'll find it later. Anyway, go on with yours now.
Okay, so mine goes off of video games. We go into tabletop games.
Oh, boy. I already know Dungeons & Dragons, I'm guessing.
Dungeons & Dragons time, everybody.
Oh, shit. Let's hear it.
All right, so as everybody knows, I play a pirate named Sma. Well, actually, he's not Sma anymore. His name is Snooty Noose Noose because I accidentally gave my name to a fairy because she asked me, I have your name? And I was like, yeah, sure, it's Sma. And she was like, okay, thanks. And she like went away. So now I was like nameless, like literally nameless, until my pirate friends decided to name me Snooty Noose Noose.
It's like fucking Eevee. Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
hate that fucking thing.
Right. So I play a druid, okay? I'm a druid human right now. I used to be a Loxodon, and now I'm a human because of the same fairy doing things. On my way to finding... let me set the scene. So we go through this cave because we were told that my character's older brother was in the cave, right? And as we're going through it, we get to the split where when I rolled for perception, I perceived that this direction was safe and everybody went a different direction. I was like, well, fuck me, I guess, right? I guess my perception doesn't mean anything to anybody. So I went with going right when everybody else went left. So I was on my own, okay? And we're in this cave, right?
Right.
And so I think I'm like level 5 druid or something like that. So I'm able to like produce a flame that can illuminate about 30 feet of like light around me, right? And I can also use the same fireball and like throw it at people, okay? So
I found it, by the way, real quick.
Oh,
His
nice.
name
What's
is
the name?
Eternatus.
Eternatus.
Yeah, dude. Fucked up name. There you go. Anyway, go on.
Okay.
Sorry, I got excited. I finally
no
found
props.
it.
Oh, okay. So, I'm walking around by myself. I'm a Loxodon, I'm an elephant person, and I have this flame in my hand, and I'm just kind of nervously walking down this cave by myself, because the rest of the party went on their own. I'm apparently the solo guy.
Oh boy.
And then the dungeon master, and all his great
Wizardry.
wisdom, because he plays God, essentially.
Yeah, literally. That's great. I love that. I'm gonna start saying that now when I go to D&D. It's like, oh, you play God.
You're playing God now. He decided that there's a stalactite. If you don't know what a stalactite is, it's one of those like rock formations and caves that like are pointy,
Yeah.
right?
Stalactites and stalagmites.
Yeah, so we actually had like a 15-minute conversation, all us grown men, okay, and this one woman, okay? We all had a conversation about what's the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite, because we were wondering if he like confused the two or if I'm just stupid. So if you guys don't know, because it took us 15 minutes to figure this out, and we did not use Google, okay? Like...
Hey, I respect it.
We were so old school about this. We were like, what's it? Stalactite? Stalagmite? And we were like, oh, T for top. Stalactite. Stalagmites. Because the mites are down on the ground.
Like, what I would think of, honestly, and this is just my logic, and I'm going to throw this in here, is like stalagmite. Like, it might drop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I think I might have heard someone say that too, or something like that, and we were like,
okay,
that sounds like a good idea. And then Deadass, the dungeon master, in all his godlike powers, pulls up Google and goes, I know the answer.
There's God doing God's work.
So anyway, so there's a stalactite, right? And this stalactite is sentient, and it's a monster, and it has tentacles and everything, and it comes down, its tentacles comes down, picks me up, and brings me up into the tops of the
the hell did
of the
it
cave.
turn to Half-Life 2? The fucking and
So now I'm a an elephant human hybrid druid on his own, who is now in this God, like, it was a horrible fight. I'm not meant to brawl, okay? I'm supposed to be far back and just cast spells, okay? And like, I either I'm helping my friends or I'm not helping my friends. There is no extreme. Like, there's no in between. There are two extremes here. And most of the time I'm thinking I'm helping my friends, but I'm actually really hurting them. So it's
oh shit.
Yeah, it's been a very long 2 years. So so I'm up in the rafters. I'm finding the stalactite. I'm trying to be as loud as possible and tell my friends in the rest of the cave, hoping that echoing happens. that I'm in danger. And so I used Blight on the stalactite, and Blight essentially sucks the drains the life out of living beings, okay? But obviously I didn't roll high enough that it knocked out all of its life. I only acquired as much as I could, so it was still alive and still taking significant damage from me. So I was limping. Okay, so one of my friends, he comes over and he helps out, and another friend comes over. They manage to come over and they're about to help out, but then they were just like a little bit off what do you say?
Right.
Off turn. Like they didn't quite make it there in time. Because by the time it becomes my turn, I was scrolling through my phone to figure out what my next move would be. And I stumbled upon a spell called Earthquake. So here's my train of thought. No. Tell me what you're thinking. So I have a whole reason why I chose Earthquake in a cave, fighting a stalactite.
I got two things here. One is so you're gonna do Earthquake in a room full of stalactites. So obviously, but anyway, I see where your logic is, because I have done this in Magic the Gathering. By the way, I play Magic. Not professional, by the way. I suck at it, but I love to learn it. I think it's a fun game. And the reason why I take your thing like that is because I had a thing. I had a card. Those of you that knows this card would know what it's called. I don't know what it is to this day, but I cast it and it kills everybody, including myself, and ends the whole game. Oh. So I did it too because I thought. What I got told was, oh, it destroys that thing. I was like, okay, bam. And like, next thing I know, I killed everybody and we all had to restart.
So imagine Blight doing that.
Oh, shit. So
all I'm doing is just sucking the life force out of everything. It doesn't
Wait, so did you kill the whole team?
No. So it only what I specifically want is what Blight does, right? But the problem with Blight is that even though I'm sucking the life force out of something, right? Kind of like have you seen Harry Potter?
Yes.
Okay, so like the Dementors, like how they suck the life out of like creatures and things around them.
Right.
Imagine that, but like they're not gaining life from it. They're just vacuuming the source, right?
Source, right.
So it's not very helpful, but it's very effective. Like it's very like
right. I mean, you did it.
It's a very Magikarp 1% chance of it actually going to full, full Vegeta mode. Okay, so after the Blight, and sucking the life force out of this stalactite, I decided Earthquake, and here's the reason why. I figured there's a lot of earth around me, right? And what's a better place? Okay. Right, and what's a better place to, I don't know, not be up in the rafters because everybody else is down below?
Absolutely.
Why don't I just bring the stalactite down to my friends?
Down.
And then I can move away, and then I can do my casting spells, and they can do their 1-2 punches. Sense. It made a lot of sense in my head, but you know what really happened? It's an earthquake in a cave. So guess what happens in the cave?
Damage.
All these rocks are coming down on me. The stalactite dies, and like, okay, so after I decided to do this earthquake, a tentacle goes down and picks up one of my friends, right? And so now he's up in the air, but because now we're all free falling through this cave space, my friend decides to do an acrobat and jump out of the way of the what do you call it? A mine. What happens in mines? Where the rocks come in.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
A cave-in?
Haven, yes.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so I essentially started this thing, okay?
Oh god, dude, you fucked everything up.
it gets worse. I try to roll an acrobat, and I can't acrobat for my life out of this thing. So now the stalactite that is dead is falling above me, and I am going down to the ground. So now not only did I not have enough life in the first place because it was kicking my ass by myself, I hit the ground. I take five damage on that thing, and then the rocks fall on me, and then the specific amount of weight of those rocks crush my body.
Oh my god.
So I literally killed myself. I decided to just like unsubscribe from D&D for some reason by myself.
Hey, I respect I respect the logic. I really do. I respect the logic, but
I like to call this moment, I've been telling everybody in the D&D campaign, I've been telling everybody, this was my Dark Phoenix moment, okay?
Oh yeah.
This is like when Jean Grey just goes like, screw everybody, I'm going full rage, and
that's how I felt with the Magic the Gathering, the Gathering thing. As I felt like I was like the, alright guys, great game. Boom. You know?
Yeah. So, not all is lost, everybody. So all my friends come over. They start doing roll checks to see if they can move boulders from where my body is laying. Okay.
Mutilated.
And eventually, my body's just like this, and I was like, "Excuse me, DM." I raised my hand like a kid. Like I'm always like, "Excuse me, can I like add something?" And they're like, "Yeah, go." I'm like, when they unearth me, the last bit of air out of my breath from my lungs allows me to vocally say, "I'm so epic."
I love it.
And so,
you know,
we just so happen to have this stone because one of our guys is a cleric, okay? And they move my body out from this hole, and then they do this ritual on my body, and they resurrect me from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
But what they don't know is that things happened whilst I was dead, and so there's a whole side story that me and God, the DM, have parsed out some details that the rest of the team don't know about. If they're listening to the podcast, they're gonna find out. But there's some heavy lore in it. There's some definitely like some dark stuff that happens. But that is the one time killing myself on impact of a whole bunch of rocks, because I thought earthquake would have been a great idea in a mine or a cave, whatever you want to call it.
I like to add a side note here. This isn't I'm all done with all mine, but kind of like what you said is I remember my first MTG I don't want to say tournament, but it's pretty much like a get together. Like we have a thing quite a ways from me, and they do like MTG tournaments / games / a whole bunch of people like get together for this.
There's a comic book store in town, and every time I go to visit, like I've visited like twice or 3 times. But every time I go, in the back, there's like this room with all these tables, and people are just doing their own thing, and I'm just like, wow, you guys are really cool. I wish I could.
And that's what's cool is like my first MTG, like I sat at a table. I even told the guys like, hey, like I'm new. I really don't know what the fuck these cards do. And they were so cool. I'll be honest, like they weren't butthurt. Like I'll do this, and like even one of the guys like, hey, put that card back, like play this one. And I, mad respect for the people that's not like really, get butthurt. But with that being said, is I used to judge D&D hardcore. Like I was like, oh man, that game's fucking nerdy. Yeah, I was that guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, Sean. Man, I played D&D for the first time ever. This was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And dude, I fuck with it hardcore. Like honestly, I want to get into it, but the problem is like I literally have nobody who will like get into it with me, because D&D could go forever. It's endless. And it's just one of those things like it can't, And it's just like, dude, honestly, like I used to judge the game, and when I played it, like it's one of those, like when I played it, I was getting like an introduction. I was kind of getting into it, but like in the back of my head, I was like, I could really get down in this. I love it. I love the whole like how God could do this and do that and do this, and there's like different paths, and I love it. And I used to judge the fight, and that's how it was for me with MTG. Is when I went to my first like tournament. Like just like the because that's how, you know, you had the tables that were playing for real, and you could tell like, okay, everybody be quiet, watch these guys, you know. And then like the table I sat at, man, they were just so awesome, like nerdy as fuck. And I hate to say it like that, like I ain't trying to judge people. Like if you're into that, hell yeah, dude, rock on. But like, man, I tell you what, I had such a great time, dude. I spent like 3 to 4 hours just replaying and then finding out what my own cards does because of those guys. And shout out to them till this day. Seriously.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly how it was for me in like Dungeons and Dragons. Is that like I found these? So I got this job, and I just heard like, because we all have a break room, and like, you know, people are just talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and I was like, hey, my nephew's into that, and like, you know, we played once where he was a dungeon master, and like, you know, it went about as well as like it could for it being on Zoom and everybody, you know, doing their thing. And anyway, it was an experience, but it wasn't like an experience, you know what I mean? I guess like not the experience I thought it was gonna be.
Just like you said, man, it's like I got into MTG so much that exactly what you said. I found out there was an MTG live where you could point your camera down to your deck. And I was even doing that with my cards, dude, because I was like, wow, like it's amazing how deep once you get into that. Because I thought just like Dungeons and Dragons, I thought it was just a normal board game. You know what I'm saying? Like you and your friends get together, you bring out the Monopoly board game. I thought that's all it was. And then when I fully got into it, Magic the Gathering, just like Dungeons and Dragons, just like you said, there's Zoom meetings and everything. I found out there's online chat rooms where you could actually like go in, point your camera down, and be like, okay, I cast that. I'm like, this is awesome, bro. I have fun with this hardcore, dude.
Like, I've only like built up like one D&D like one-shot game where you just play it once and then that's the end of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that idea, because I also got into deep, where I looked up on Google, and I just clarify, I'll let you continue talking while I'm doing this, but I believe there's a Dungeons and Dragons world record of like 59 years of ongoing with the same people, the same.
I'd believe
anyway,
it. I believe it. Because no, like seriously, like we've been going for like 2 years on the same storyline, and it's only because like we're able to meet up like once a month.
Really?
You know, like we don't meet up every single week. Some people do, and some people have that schedule, and some of us don't, you know?
Oh yeah, but it's a great game when you do meet up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's really just a bunch of adults like having a nice role-playing game where you play as your character. You all have this common goal, but you're also fucking around at the same time, and you know, it's honestly kind of now that I've been on the other side of the board game or of the wall.
That's how it was for me.
Totally mad respect to the D&D master, because you have like this idea, you write down like all the what you think are like the possibilities that these numbnuts are gonna come up with for ideas. All these NPCs.
And it was the role playing for me too, is like because like I play like 5M and GTA role play, but when I get told like, oh, you have to say like, I'm casting my sword, you know, I kind of found that like a little cringe. And then I actually got into it and was like, I'm casting my sword, and it's like, okay, all right, what's gonna happen next? Let me roll that 20, like, let's go.
man. Actually, it wasn't until like the last one shot that we played that I did a completely different character. I think I was a barbarian, I think. So I was just this like guy who just get up in there and tank it up.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Oh, by the way, so the longest one was from a Canadian. Uninterrupted was since 1982 to 2023. The game lasted 42 years. Was the longest Dungeons and Dragons in the world.
Wow.
It's even in the Guinness World Record too. So shout out to that guy.
Speaking of Guinness, we got some goals to accomplish here. I'll talk to you about it offline.
Absolutely. That's about it for me.
Same here, man. I had a blast talking about the
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if they're really embarrassing, but I thought they were kind of embarrassing moments.
Oh, absolutely. They were embarrassing for me.
Especially like the fast travel or like, you know,
the fucking Pokemon, bro. That's still
right?
top one for me.
Oh my gosh. I've never dropped a Game Boy before. But
no, I didn't even drop it. I threw it.
Or just chucked it. Like, I've never done that. Oh my gosh, dude. That right there takes the cake. I mean, I think like my brothers and I only got like into fights where like we chucked like the remote control, the TV remote control to one another. But like we've never, I don't think I've ever chucked a Game Boy in my life. Oh my gosh. All right, well, audience, we would love to hear what your most embarrassing video game or game moment, like even if it was like tabletop, moment was for you guys. We'd love to read them or, you know, riff on them or, you know, have a good laugh about them as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment on the podcast on where you hear us, where you watch us, where you're listening, wherever you guys are in life. And we'd also like to thank the moderators again, Light Bright Indy, King J935, D-Dog-Cat, Sriracha Sauce, and
and yourself.
Insert number and myself. I keep on forgetting I'm a moderator.
How dare you? You're such an important soul.
And we also want to thank the listeners too for listening. We appreciate you guys so much. Dom, where can we follow D-Dog-Cat36? All the things.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm D-Dog-Cat36. You can find me at YouTube and Twitch. Mainly on Twitch, I go live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube is more if I'm doing like a story or such as I'm doing this weekend, you know, a vlog, you know, so make sure you check me out on that. What about you yourself, Seán Graves?
All the things. SeánGraves.net, Seán Graves on YouTube, Seán Graves music on Twitter for all the things of like catching up on life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. I try to keep my website up as much as possible, but it's just like I try to do that like once a month at least. But yeah, SeánGraves.net for all those things, man. So yeah, well,
that being said,
next time we'll try to do the same thing we do every night, surviving. My name is Seán, and this dude over here, his name is...
I'm D-Dog-Cat36/Dom.
Wishing you all the best till the next episode. Till then, guys, peace.
Later.